kiddos, and welcome to another episode of Life According to Joel. I've been absent a little bit from vlogging because I've been moving and I got new digs and I'm loving my new place. So I'm thoroughly enjoying being physically distant, though I'm starting to miss hanging out with people a bit. So today I got a special treat for you. The Falcon Lady, a good friend of mine, Joanne, has agreed to join us via internet and answer some questions and talk a bit about what she does for a living and a bit about her falcons. And you may have seen her falcons on a lot of television series that shoot here in Vancouver, and that's because she is one of Hollywood North's best animal wranglers and our principal falcon wrangler. So anytime you see people going hunting with falcons in period piece films or action movies and some TV series, there's a good chance that it's one of her birds. So here, I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi everyone, lovely to be with you here today. Hi Joel, great to be with you. Thank you so much for having me on your show. This is fantastic. It's been like since last summer since we hung out together, and that's way too long. So Joel sent me a few questions so that we can get to know each other a little bit today. It's not too bad. It's a bit crisp outside. It's going to keep Halo and I awake while we do this. But lovely to be with you, everybody. So my name is Joanne Bentley. I am half of the Falcon Lady and Team Feathers. And what is the Falcon Lady and Team Feathers? Well, I am what is known in the biz as a professional animal handler. I specialize specifically with bird of prey animal actors. And Halo is one of the members of Team Feathers. Incidentally, Halo is a hybrid falcon. So his father was a gyr-falcon and his mother was a peregrine falcon. And he has no manners. So, yeah, I've been working in the film industry for, 12 years now, almost 13 years. We've done everything from a Dodge Ram commercial to feature film in Winnipeg. We shot Aloft with Cillian Murphy and Jennifer Connelly and Zen McGrath. Lovely to work with, just fabulous people. And yeah, we've done pretty much almost every kind of project in between. The only kind of thing that we haven't done yet is a motion capture for like a video game or something like that. And I would be thrilled to do that with one of my guys. And Joel and I met in 2014 at the second Vancouver Web Fest event. And it was just great to meet him. I mean, I think we hit it off pretty much right away. He's got great energy, and I just love chatting with him. There were so many people there, and we never got enough time to sort of hang out and just chit chat and catch up and swap war stories. So that's how Joel and I know each other.
All right, so Joanne, quarantining and physical distancing, it's really taken its toll on a lot of people. And I'm wondering, since you're up north with all your feathery friends, well, not that far north, only about 5 hours out of Vancouver, but since you're out there with your feathery friends, how are you enjoying being quarantined? How's life treating you with COVID going around?
So, how am I handling quarantine? Well, again, I'm living in what is, for me, sort of a paradise-like setting that has the beauty of being really not too far away from any major center. So, for me, that's Kamloops, Kelowna, Salmon Arm. And likewise, only being about a half day's drive from Vancouver for work purposes. So to be on 81 acres of enchantment is really a pleasure any day of the week. The kinds of things that get wearing are snow removal, and this winter we got some pretty impressive snowfall. And I'm able to sort of be philosophical about it. I can see it big picture. I'm really glad that we've got this deep of snowfall, because it means that the forests have lots of snow in them. This is good for everything. This is good for nature. But when you got to move it, and you get 30 centimeter snow dumps some days, that can sort of... I've had my moments of feeling like I'm going to go fetal, but not because of coronavirus. Definitely not because of coronavirus. Maybe let me get back to you about that one. Maybe I'll give it another think.
Glad to hear you're handling quarantine so well, Joe. I gotta admit, I'm totally jealous. I would love to be surrounded by 81 acres of lush forest and snow and animals right now. It's gotta be great to be out there in nature at a time like this, especially when everything's seeming so gloomy and negative. Being out in the forest and being out in the mountains and having the sun and everything, it's gotta really make things better. Now, I know that you let independent filmmakers and Hollywood studios come up and shoot on those 81 acres. Do you mind telling me a bit more about Falcon's Rest, the facility where people can go to train with falconers? I know you train actors there, and that filmmakers will have access to horses and all kinds of cool stuff if they come up to shoot. Do you mind telling me a little more about the facility that you are so blessed to be stuck in?
So what would Scirocco and I love to tell you and share with you about filming out here at Falcon's Rest? My best friend, when she came up here the first time after we moved in, which was a few months after we moved here, she said, "Joe, there's a perfect word to describe Falcon's Rest." I said, "What's that?" She goes, "It's enchanted." And it is. It definitely is that. It's 81 acres of magnificence that backs onto Crown land. You could literally shoot almost anything here. Now, as far as I can tell, there's probably only a couple of kinds of things that I can't think of a way for us to film here, and that would be like a submarine flick. I can't get there. I mean, we've got 2 ponds and a creek, miniatures, I just don't see it. I don't see it. Unless you were setting up background story on one of the main characters and he lives here. Or she. It could be a female commander of a submarine, the very first one. And this is her home base when she's not down in the Marianas Trench. So a submarine flick, I'm having a hard time getting my head around. And the other one would be maybe a live action retelling of My Little Pony. Now I know Robert De Niro would be all over that. He'd be here in a New York minute, quite literally, if somebody was doing a live action retelling of My Little Pony. At least that's my theory, for what it's worth. And I suppose you could do a live action retelling of My Little Pony here, except that would take a lot of set deck, seriously. So, in all seriousness though, you could shoot a Western here, you could shoot a sci-fi of, you know, a marooned explorer that was sent out to check out an M-class planet, and he or she is trying to get a message out to the nearest Earth station or anybody to come and rescue them. And his or her only companion is a psionically connected bird of prey, like say Mojave or something like that. You could literally shoot period pieces here. The possibilities are truly endless. really. Wintertime, the amount of virgin snow that we have on the rest, the open grassland area that we have here on the property, the trails that we have, the wildlife that we have here. This is a designated wildlife sanctuary at Falcon's Rest, and that was done by the previous owners to us, which was a real treat to inherit that. The possibilities are literally endless. We seldom get any aircraft noise. We do get big planes that fly overhead, but usually by the time they're passing over us, they're quite near altitude, so you hardly hear them, and you don't hear them for very long. We're right at the end of a dead-end road. It's very private. Got a pole barn here. We've got a second discrete hydro service. So we've got a place to set up video village. There are amazing resources for crew and cast to be able to stay very near. There's some lovely, very private B&Bs in Sheridan Lake and Bridge Lake, the Lone Butte area. It has so many pluses. We've got a Rona 17 minutes down the road from here. Like when we drove out to come and take a look at the place, we couldn't believe there's a Rona here. And there's actually some really good restaurants in this area. Most of them are seasonal, but it's the kind of thing that if they knew that that crafty was needed for wintertime, or that food service was needed for crew and cast in a winter shoot, I know that Luca down at the Italian restaurant would he is so lovely. He's such a wonderful person. He would open up his restaurant for something like that, or he would make sure that everybody got fed. So literally, you guys, the possibilities are endless, endless. Photography shoots, anything from a music video to a full-on film could be shot here and in this region. And if you want to get a good idea of what Falcon's Rest looks like in wintertime, then I'd encourage you to check out the music video Cleanse the Bloodlines by Unleash the Archers. And I had the pleasure of working with a dear director friend of mine, Richard Olak. And we shot that video here over a weekend. And myself and my beautiful Falcon Saber, who's no longer with us, are featured in that video. And it was amazing. It was amazing. The band was incredible. I've got big piles of slash for burning around here, and we burned some big piles of slash, and we've got some fantastic shots in that video. So once again, the song is Cleanse the Bloodlines. You'll find it on YouTube, like most things these days. And yeah, definitely, it's that'll give you just a little tiny taste of what it looks like here in wintertime. Springtime is spectacular. Summertime is gorgeous. There's not a time of the year that it isn't beautiful here at Falcon's Rest. And it is so close to so much, it would be easily possible to film here. And of course, we would love to have members of Team Feathers in any project that your friends Joel or your followers or yourself would be thinking of filming out here. So if anybody is a locations scout and is curious and would like to get in touch with us, Joanne at thefalconlady.com is my business email address. You can find out some more about us on www.thefalconlady.com. Check out the Our Work page. You'll see a range of things that we've worked on. Any questions? Love to hear from you. I can't wait for you to come up here, Joel. I'm so sorry that you're jealous. I'm so sorry. You got to come up and spend a weekend with me, my friend. You got to come up, hang out. We'll just eat some good food, fly the birds, take some photographs, just talk the biz. I'd love that. I'd love that. So yeah, I mean, it's Scirocco, myself, Halo, Mojave, even Pfeiffer would love to see you. And definitely, we're so eager to get back to work once things settle down. We can't wait. We can't wait. It's been awesome to be with you again, Joel. Thank you so much. It's wonderful, wonderful. Thank you again.